हो दिसतोय सर.
आणि तुम्हाला करायला पाहिजे का? हॅलो
हो हो
रश्मी मॅम, अजेंडा शेअर करायला पाहिजे का?
तुमचा सर आवाज बहुधा ब्रेक होतोय.
बरं, आता अजेंडा दिसतोय का?
नाही स्लाइड दिसतोय.
ऑफ आहे सगळे
काय?
वायफाय
माझं घेतलं मी आता.
शेअर होईल पाहिजे.
स्क्रीन शेअरिंग, वाईफाय और सेल्युलर डेटा. You're using device audio.
हॅलो
Yes, sir.
मी मीटिंग मध्ये आहे. ताई ताईच्या नंबरवर करा फोन. मी आतमध्ये नाही.
ऐकू येतं का?
हो हो
सर इको येतो, इको.
बंद करतो. बंद केलं. बंद करतो. हा,
रश्मी मॅडम चालू करायचं.
सगळं बॅकअप
Sure,
वगैरे
sir.
झालं.
57 participants.
रळीकर सर चालू करायचं.
हो,
58
आमच्या बाजूने काही
participants
प्रॉब्लेम.
आहेत.
हो हो, तुम्हाला हा स्क्रीन हवा आहे ना?
हो हो रश्मी मॅडम रेकॉर्डिंग चालू करा मग.
सर रेकॉर्डिंग चालू आहे.
आहे ना?
येस चालू आहे सर. ऑन केली.
चालू करूया सर मग.
ओके.
Okay. Good evening and welcome you all. At the outset, I hope everybody is healthy and safe at their respective places. Today we have interesting and different topic to discuss. That is an appeal to conscience of individual and society. It is organized by PPPSV, that is Program for Primary Prevention of Sexual Violence, and Pune Psychiatric Society, IPS Pune branch. Today we have speaker Dr. Paradikar. He is HOD and senior psychiatrist from KM Hospital. And today we have moderator Dr. Mohan Agashe and Rashmi Madam. I have my colleague Dr. Nikit Kasar as coordinator. I request Dr. Nikit Kasar to introduce our moderator Dr. Mohan Agashe and Rashmi.
Thank you, Balchandra. Good evening, all. Thank you for being here with us today. Now, let me welcome Dr. Mohan Agash, sir, who is moderating today's webinar on Program for Primary Prevention of Sexual Violence. You all know Dr. Agash, sir, esteemed psychiatrist, renowned actor, and media consultant. Also, we have with us Rashmi Chabukswar. She is associated with Bayer Prayas as consultant and program officer at KM Hospital Research Center, Pune, for this program for primary prevention of sexual
We
violence.
cannot hear you.
Also, we have with us Rashmi Chabukswar. She is associated with Bayer Prayas as consultant and program officer at KM Hospital Research Center, Pune, for this program for primary prevention of sexual violence. Now, with this very brief introduction, I will hand over session to Dr. Agash sir for introduction of our esteemed speaker, Dr. Parikar sir, and moderating the session ahead. Thank you. Over to Agash sir. Agash sir.
काय झालं आता व्हिडिओ बंद कर आपला
व्हिडिओ बंद झाल्यावर का वाटतंय सर?
काही जणांचं सुद्धा सुधरत नाही त्यांना म्यूट करून ठेव व्हिडिओ बंद ठेव
सर व्हिडिओ ऑन करा.
आवाज ऐकू येते सर तुमचा?
काय नेटला प्रॉब्लेम आहे का? पीएडी घेताना जो होता
सर कनेक्ट होतात वाटतं.
कव्हर केलं पाहिजे.
नमस्ते नमस्ते. हा नाही आवाज येत नाहीये त्यांचा ना, आपल्याकडनं काही चूक नाहीये बहुतेक.
सरांचा आवाज येतो.
ओके
सर पर्यटक सर तुमचा आवाज येतो. तुमचा व्हिडिओ बंद आहे असं दिसतंय.
हा मला काहीच ऐकू येत नाहीये कारण. हो आता तरी स्टेबल आहे, व्यवस्थित आहे.
ओके तुमचा आवाज येतो ऐकू सर.
ओके आकाश सरांना मी सांगतो सुरू करून बोलून बघायला.
मग तुझ्यावरनं मंजिरेला फोन लावून सर.
फोन बंद ठेवून बघायला तुमचं.
ऑफ करून घेऊ.
कारण चालू आहे त्याच्याजवळ वायफाय.
सायलेंट करून ठेवतो.
वायफाय फक्त बंद ठेवलं त्याचं होतं चालू.
बंद केलंय.
चालू होतं आता फोनच बंद केलाय तुम्ही तर राहू द्या.
वायफाय बंद केलं होतं.
बरं मी तर मला दिसत होतं आयकॉन. हॅलो
आपला व्हिडिओ चालू कर.
हा आपला आवाज क्लिअर येतोय, तुम्ही सुरू करू शकता असं.
व्हिडिओ चालू कर ना आपला. व्हेरी गुड.
ओके
येते काय ऐकू बरोबर?
स्क्रीन पण दिसतोय.
हो येते सर.
येस ऐकू पण येते.
ओके हो हो चालेल चालेल. तुम्ही सुरू करा मग ते फोन ठेवतील त्यांनी चालू ठेवला फोन. बोला.
हॅलो,
हा सर, ऐकू येते.
काय ऐकू येते का?
हो, येते सर.
गुड.
आम्हाला काय ऐकू येत नाही, आमच्याकडनं
आम्हाला
काही
ऐकू येत
चुकलंय
नाही
का?
तुमचं.
You both are audible, sir.
ओके ओके ओके, चालेल. ओके, सुरू करायला सांगितलं.
दिसलं पाहिजे ते, ऐकून पाहिजे. पार्टिसिपंट व्ह्यू काय बघ.
भालचंद्र, ऐकू येतं का रे काही?
हो, ऐकू येते सर, क्लिअर.
शर्ली, वेबिनार मध्ये आहे मी. शर्ली, मी वेबिनार मध्ये आहे, संपल्यावर फोन करतो. रेकॉर्ड हेच दिसतंय आपल्याला, हे नको दिसायला. पार्टिसिपंट व्ह्यू कुठलाही बघ ना.
सर तुम्ही सर सुरू करा. तुम्ही स्पॉटलाइट मध्ये आहात आणि सगळ्यांना तुम्ही दिसता आहात आणि तुमचा आवाज पण येतो.
हॅलो, तुम्हाला ऐकू
तुम्ही
येते
सुरू
का?
करा.
कारण आम्हाला
हो
दिसत
सर,
नाही
येतोय.
काही.
त्यांना
तुम्ही
त्यांना ऐकू येत नाहीये आपण काय बोलतोय ते. त्यांचा ऑडिओ नाही कनेक्ट झालाय.
व्हिडिओ चालू आहे ते दिसत का नाही?
अनम्यूट करायला लागेल त्यांना.
व्ह्यू कुठला आहे बघ. स्पीकर व्ह्यू, ग्रिड व्ह्यू.
हा निकेत, बोल. हो हो हो, पण आम्हाला काही दिसत नाही आणि तुमचं
दिसत
काही
नाही ना.
ऐकू येत नाहीये. तुमचं काही दिसत नाही आम्हाला. आमचा स्क्रीन दिसतोय, तुम्हाला स्क्रीन दिसतोय ना बरोबर? ऐकू पण येत आणि स्क्रीन
पण
पण
आम्हाला
दिसतोय.
काही इमेज दिसत नाही ना. हॅलो, आम्हाला
Screen share
पार्टिसिपंट
बंद करायला
कोणीतरी
पाहिजे.
दिसलं पाहिजे नाही, किंवा आम्ही
सर
दिसलो
तुम्ही
पाहिजे.
स्क्रीन शेअर केले म्हणून दिसत
Screen share
नसेल.
बंद.
सगळं स्क्रीन शेअर केलाय, तो पार्टी कर ना. व्ह्यू दिसला पाहिजे. स्क्रीन शेअर काढ
PPT
बरं.
दिसत आहे का सर?
स्टॉप करून
कॉम्प्युटर.
तुमच्याद्वारे डायल केला गेलेला नंबर ह्या वेळेस व्यस्त आहे. कृपया
तू स्क्रीन काढ बरं तुझं. माणसं दिसतंय तो अमुक स्क्रीन.
श्याम, कुठला स्क्रीन? नाही 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 नाही, माझा नेहमीचा लॅपटॉप आहे ज्याच्यावरनं मी एरवी घेतो सेमिनार वेबिनार सगळे. व्हॉल्यूम वगैरे पण फुल आहे, 100 आहे. हो चालेल, तुम्ही एकदा तिकडे डिक्लेअर करा की मी बाहेर पडून परत येतोय म्हणून त्यांना डिक्लेअर करा.
हे आत्ता आलो आम्ही.
आता हे दिसतोय का तुम्हाला?
तर व्ह्यू मध्ये जाणार बघ ना.
नाही.
नाही दिसत आहात सर स्क्रीनवर.
तुम्ही दिसत आहात पण जे स्क्रीन शेअर केली होती ना आधी ती दिसत नाही आता.
आता ती करून गॅलरी व्ह्यू. ओके.
आता शेअर स्क्रीन करू घनश्याम? आता मी कुठला माझा प्रेझेंटेशनचा स्क्रीन शेअर करू ना? हॅलो.
हो सर चालेल.
आता मला फोन मधून ऐकू येत आहे पण समोरून ऐकू येत नाही बघा काही.
तू स्क्रीन शेअरिंग मध्ये चुकतो.
मी आता सर समोरून बोलतोय.
दिसतो बरोबर.
यू आर स्क्रीन शेअरिंग.
आता दिसते.
हॅलो घनश्याम. भालचंद्र मी बाहेर पडून परत मीटिंग कनेक्ट करतो. हा
बेस्ट होईल सर. बेस्ट बेस्ट.
हॅलो. रिस्टार्ट करतो. रिस्टार्ट.
हो हो हो.
ओके
ओके सर. ओके सर.
केलेले पप्पा.
हॅलो.
हॅलो.
हो आता सरांचं जेव्हा चालू होईल ना
हो
त्यांना म्यूट.
चालेल. सरांच्याकडे देतो मी आता.
मी काय करायचं आता?
भालचंद्र सरांना सांगा त्यांनी काय करायला हवं.
परळीकर सरांचं ब्रीफ इंट्रोडक्शन द्यायचं आहे सर आणि प्रोग्रामला
हे जे
सुरुवात करायची.
बघितले सगळे सायकियाट्रिस्ट आणि सायकोलॉजिस्ट असतील तर मुख्य म्हणजे परळीकर त्यांना माहिती पाहिजेत. बरं त्या नसतील माहिती तर थोडक्यात सांगतो. त्यांनी नुसतंच MD केल्याने महाराष्ट्र मानसिक आरोग्य संस्था जेव्हा मी स्थापन केली तेव्हा मला मदत करणारे जे 2-3 इनेगिने लोक होते त्यात डॉक्टर परळीकर आणि गुलाबानी हे मेंटल हॉस्पिटलमधनं डेप्युटेशनवर माझ्याकडे आले होते. हुशार विद्यार्थी म्हणून तो कॉलेजमध्ये सगळ्यांनाच परिचित होता पण त्याच्याबरोबर गोष्टी स्वतःहून इनिशिएटिव्ह घेऊन शोधून काढणं ही खासियत आहे. आणि त्यामुळे जेव्हा मिचेल वाईस आमच्याकडे आले होते आणि कल्चरल सायकियाट्री एपिडेमियोलॉजी करताना तर हाऊ कल्चर प्लेज अन इम्पॉर्टंट रोल इन द मॅनिफेस्टेशन अँड मॅनेजमेंट ऑफ अ केस याचं महत्त्व पटल्यावर त्याच्यात सखोल जाऊन अभ्यास करून त्यांनी कल्चरल एपिडेमियोलॉजीतली काही असे आजार असतील की ज्याला प्रिव्हेंट करायचे पिडोफिलिया सारखे तर नॉर्मल सेक्स बद्दल जिथं बोललं जात नाही तिथं अशा आजारात बोलणं हे इतकं कमी असल्यामुळे अनेक लोकांना कंडिशन असली तरी ही कंडिशन काय आहे हे माहीत नसतं आणि त्यामुळे अशी गोष्ट आपल्याकडे नाहीच आहे अशी एक समज असते पण हे अज्ञानातून आलेलं असतं. जेव्हा आमच्याकडे पहिल्यांदा हे लोक हा प्रस्ताव घेऊन आलो की प्रायमरी प्रिव्हेन्शन ऑफ पिडोफिलिया, तेव्हा होती की अशी गोष्ट आपल्याकडे नाहीच आहे. पण अशी आपल्याकडे पूर्वी HIV समजत होत की आपल्याकडे होमोसेक्शुअलिटी नाहीच आहे. आणि मग लक्षात आलं की अशी काही नाहीये. पण आपल्याकडच्या संस्कृतीप्रमाणे ते केप्ट अंडर रॅप, याच्यामध्ये ज्या अनेक गोष्टी येतात त्यात, आणि त्यामुळे या विषयाला वाचा फोडून कसं हळुवारपणे याचं महत्व पटवून द्यायचं, हे अत्यंत अवघड गोष्ट आहे. पण ती त्यांनी गेले 5 वर्ष सातत्याने काम करून त्याच्यावर खूप काम केलेलं आहे. आणि त्याच्या सुरुवातीची काही वर्ष कमिटीत असल्यामुळे हे किती अवघड काम होतं याची मला कल्पना होती. आणि म्हणून आज सुद्धा मी मॉडरेटर व्हायचं एवढ्यासाठी मान्य केलं की त्याला जेवढं कळलंय तेवढं मला विषयातलं अजून कळलेलं नाहीये. म्हणून या निमित्ताने मला थोडं अधिक कळेल. आणि तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना कळणं फार गरजेचं आहे, कारण प्रॅक्टिसमध्ये त्या गोष्टी असतातच, फक्त ती बघायची दृष्टी लागते, नुसते डोळ्यासून चालत नाही. तर म्हणून मी आता विनंती करीन डॉक्टरांना की त्यांनी आपलं प्रेझेंटेशन सुरू करावं.
Sir, namaste and thank you. I thank everyone. Thanks for organizing this good and wonderful seminar, webinar. I hope I will be able to overcome the technical snags that we begin, and I'll be able to go back to the presentation as quickly as possible. सगळ्यांना हॅलो,
नाही.
अजून नाही.
are you able to see the screen?
नो नो.
Okay. Okay. पिडोफिलिया जसं आपल्या इथे दिसत नाही तसा स्क्रीन माझा दिसत नव्हता, पण तो तिथे आहे.
आता आलाय.
स्क्रीन दिसते.
आलाय सर.
आता आलाय.
दिसायला लागला.
आमचं प्रोजेक्ट सुरू केल्यावर स्क्रीन दिसू लागला बघा. पिडोफिलिया दिसू लागला तसा आता स्क्रीन दिसू लागला. ओके, सो इन शॉर्ट, तुम्ही जर मला म्हटलं रॅपिड फायर क्वेश्चन सारखं की 2 ओळीमध्ये सांग की तुम्ही काय करता, तर वी मेक एन अपील टू द कॉन्शियन्स ऑफ द इंडिव्हिज्युअल्स अँड द सोसायटी. इंडिव्हिज्युअल्सना कशाबद्दल आणि कोणत्या इंडिव्हिज्युअल्सना? Those individuals who have sexual attraction toward children should take treatment before they happen to commit an offense by recognizing, acknowledging, accepting that their sexual preference is. They should come forward and take treatment and do not become an offender. That is the appeal to the conscience of individuals. And we also have to make an appeal to the conscience of the society, because unless social deterrence increases, the violence against women is not going to stop. Everybody on the surface will say that he doesn't like it, but when it comes to actually taking one's role and act on it, people don't, because everybody is afraid of the crime, the criminals, all the trouble that one has to go through when it goes to the police, and the nexus and the politics and everything. Therefore, this approach, the No app, is a wonderful approach, and the social media innovations are going to highlight the importance of this and how technology can be useful in preventing the expression of potential psychiatric disorders, so that crime rate is reduced. Thus, this is a really multidisciplinary project, and therefore this is an appeal to the conscience of individuals to prevent child sexual abuse by offering treatment to non-offending and motivated pedophiles, and to the society to become members of no community and prevent sexual violence against women, which we will see in a little while. All this is a wonderful preparation by our team. The team at KM Hospital includes Swapna, Rashmi, Varsha, Laila ma'am, myself, Ujjwal Nene, who is a leading sexual health consultant for over 25 years. She runs a clinic in KM Hospital. And therefore, this project was very well suited for KM Hospital and KM Hospital Research Center because of the track record of work for women and children, and especially resource poor individuals and resource poor communities. That's why this has clicked well, and KM Hospital is able to offer all the services under one roof. Therefore, the program for primary prevention of sexual violence can be translated into one sentence as an appeal to the conscience of individuals and society, conducted by KM Hospital Research Center in collaboration with Charite Bayer and Bayer India CSR division. Let us begin with an interesting video clip which you must have seen before. This is a very nice clip, sensitively made. I hope you will appreciate it. Look at the heartbeat, the nervousness. छोटा मुलगाच बाहेर आला. आपल्याला वाटलं कोणीतरी तरुणी असेल.
तुम्हाला मुलांबद्दल वाटत असलेलं आकर्षण चुकतं तर नाही? मदतीला आम्ही आहोत. 1800-123-8905 वर संपर्क करा किंवा trouble-desire.com ला भेट द्या.
So this is one of the very nice video clips that we made, apart from some short films which we will be able to show in short while. Let us now go to levels of prevention. Forgive me because we had to condense our presentation to suit the requirements today. Otherwise, we require about 90 to 100 minutes for both of us, me and Rashmi, who represent our team and present both the arms of the program. We are well aware of secondary and tertiary prevention. Secondary prevention, as we know, is early detection and prompt treatment. PSM and PART told us that when final MBBS, right? So it is the secondary prevention. You get loss of smell, loss of taste, some weakness, sore throat, and you immediately go and get yourself tested and get treatment, that is either steroid, oxygen, or whatever required, and you do secondary prevention of corona and hope that tertiary prevention is not required. Otherwise, once if the lungs are gone, then you need rehabilitation, that is maximum utilization of remaining potential, and that is tertiary prevention. You can very well see that in case of diseases like polio also. When we try to translate it to sexual violence, this becomes a little tricky. Early detection and prompt treatment will bring forward images of Bollywood or Hollywood movies where the hero or the police come and rescue the heroine at the nick of the time she is violated, or rehabilitation by treating survivor and also the offender, that is tertiary prevention. That means here the lightning has struck, the child sex abuse offense has happened, the timeline has run its course completely, and a child who receives medical and surgical treatment, and a person has become an offender who mostly requires only punishment and medical treatment hardly ever, and clock is already empty and the time is all wasted. Okay, going forward to the primary prevention, this is It is stopping the abuse before it can even occur by targeting those who are at risk of being victimized, that is children, but also those who are at risk of offend, and that is very important. Therefore, we are here to identify persons with pedophilia, offer them psychotherapy and psychotropic medications. If required, androgen deprivation treatment can also be given, but we have not had any opportunity or time yet, bad opportunity, you can say, to and a child. The child is given therapy. Erstwhile, the only burden and the focus was on children. How to prevent sexual abuse, how they should be careful, how they should take care about good touch, bad touch, and all that. And it was too much for children. They would not even understand. Right. And right now, of course, the situation has changed remarkably. Here, the timeline has not run its course. The started emptying and the offense has never happened. The lightning did never strike. And therefore, this is primary prevention. This retains the status of a child and a person with pedophilia as a person with pedophilia with just a disorder, not a crime. Differentiating pedophilia from sexual abuse is most important. Our partners don't offend in Germany. They are from Charité University. Professor Klaus Bayer and his team. Catherine from his team was here for a couple of years with us, and we have had in-depth work with them. This ad, they started with this ad, don't offend. This help free of charge and confidential. I like this ad at the beginning of the project because bus drivers were known at that time to abuse children, and couple of such cases had created a lot of ruckus in the community. Here, this ad is very sensible. You can't see where the driver is looking. You can see a small little smile, wry smile on his face, but he is looking at on the road, or is he looking at the dashboard, or is he sighting this prepubescent girl, or in the mirror is he seeing this early adolescent boy, or young adult lady standing behind? We don't know, and that is what is the question when it comes to treating persons with pedophilia and preventing child sexual abuse. It is not written on the forehead of the person what his sexual preference is. You have to take him into confidence and ask him. Then only you are likely to know if the person confides in you. Therefore, essential things are that you should realize that you are dependent on the patient. The patient trusts in you, and then only he is likely to confide in you. Another corollary, which is my personal observation, which I might like to share with you, is that if the person feels confident that this doctor also is likely to accept his own and acknowledge it, then perhaps I will feel less defensive in acknowledging my own mistake. Otherwise, this person, you expect him to come to you, acknowledge according to others, the common people, it will be a mistake. They won't understand that this is a fixed disorder, and keep on visiting that doctor, perhaps all life, and then he has to see that similar quality in you, and therefore comorbidity often determines the prognosis of this illness. And so here we offer help for people with sexual attraction towards children, and a motto, the important catch is you are not guilty because of your sexual desire, but everyone is responsible. Please mute the mic, somebody. On. Yeah, you are not guilty because of your sexual desire, but everyone is responsible for behavior. Anyway, some noise is there in the background, but I will have to repeat this again because it is so important. In Germany, since 2005, there
Not audible, sir.
Since when? Was I audible until some time ago?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You were
sir.
telling something from in Germany.
Money.
Yeah,
The,
yeah.
the sentence you were
Somebody
explaining.
muted me.
Yeah.
Somebody muted from your side.
Yes.
I am getting paranoid delusion. Somebody is against me. Okay, fine. So thank you. Thank you. Hope I am not muted as well. All right. Since 2005 in Germany, there are over 12 sites all over Germany who undertake treatment for persons with pedophilia. More than 11,000 people have registered. About 1,500 are treated until December 20, and Trouble Desire, the online prevention which we will speak about, has had more than 90,000 visitors and over 4,600 have completed assessment. This is also, you will see that these cultural barriers are not unique to India. They are there everywhere, that patients tend to discontinue, they don't complete their assessments, but still we have to keep on doing what is good and what is right. As Mark Galanter put it, one should be pessimist of the intellect, but optimist at the heart. And therefore, even if they don't listen or initially they don't follow it, you have to continue, they will see the value and follow through. Don't offend. There is help free of charge and confidential. And that's what we try to do here in India also. I don't know what has happened. Yeah. Okay. Sexuality. Let us go to some part of theory, only very briefly. There are three functionality: reproduction and desire or pleasure, all of us aware. The reproduction part gets over in a decade or two after marriage, and desire or pleasure get over in about three decades or so. But attachment is an important function of sexuality, which is providing a secure base to explore and a safe haven to return to. तो दिलासा और जिव्हाळा, विश्वास की आहे कोणीतरी आणि मला धाडस द्यायला, धीर द्यायला आणि समजून घ्यायला असं वाटलं पाहिजे. हे नुसत्या सेक्शुअल पार्टनर्स मध्ये नव्हे, टीचर पेरेंट्स मध्ये, बॉस आणि एम्प्लॉईज मध्ये, मित्र-मैत्रिणींमध्ये, अशा सगळ्यांमध्ये पण हे असतं. अँड धिस इज द अटॅचमेंट कॉम्पोनंट दॅट वर्क्स. दॅट इज हाऊ हॅड आस्क्ड क्लाउस इन द बिगिनिंग. माझ्याकडे असे खूप पेशंट येऊन पहिल्यांदाच सांगतात सेक्शुअल अब्यूज झाल्याची गोष्ट. फॅमिलीला पण माहित नसते. अशा लोकांचं काय करायचं? मला नंतर खूपदा पेच पडतो. तो म्हटला, "दिस इज बिकॉज यू प्रोव्हाइड अटॅचमेंट टू देम. दॅट इज व्हाय दे कम अँड शेअर इट विथ यू विथ कॉन्फिडन्स अँड ट्रस्ट." प्रेफरन्सेस. आपल्या सगळ्यांचे प्रेफरन्सेस असतात. वी प्रेफर अ काइंड ऑफ जेंडर, a kind of body scheme or form, and proclivity, that is preferential tendency for certain sexual activities. समजा जेंडर अपोजिट जेंडर आवडतं युनिव्हर्सली बहुतेक लोकांना. आता सेम जेंडर आवडलं किंवा फ्लुइडिटी असली तरी सुद्धा त्याला ॲबनॉर्मल म्हणत नाही. बरं आहे. बॉडी स्कीम आणि फॉर्म या विषयावर आपण विचारत नाही. कोणाला टॉल डार्क हँडसम आवडतो, कोणाला टेनिस्की आवडते, कोणाला प्लम्प आवडतात, कोणाला ॲथलेटिक बॉडी आवडते, आणि हे झाले नुसते अपीअरन्स वरून. पण स्कीम आणि फॉर्म, लेव्हल ऑफ मॅच्युरिटी आणि हे एज याच्या रिलेटेड असू शकतात, की सेक्शुअल डेव्हलपमेंट किती झालेली दिसते बाहेरून. त्याच्यावरून, कारण कोणी एज विचारून सेक्शुअल ऍक्टिव्हिटी करायला जात नाही. बरोबर आहे. तर आपला प्रेफरन्स काय आहे हे स्वतःहून विचार करून ओळखायला पाहिजे, आठवून बघायला पाहिजे, कल्पना करून बघायला पाहिजे, तर कळेल. फंक्शन्स रेफरन्सेस नंतर येतात सेक्शुअल ऍक्टिव्हिटीज. जेनिटल ऍक्टिव्हिटी, नॉन जेनिटल आणि सेल्फ स्टिम्युलेशन किंवा मास्टरबेशन. मास्टरबेशन कडे आपण पहिल्यांदा बघूया. Because human being is perhaps the only animal who has to refrain from direct sexual genital activity unless and until he officially gets married. Okay, that is fast eroding and that is not a question any longer. पण त्यामुळे सेल्फ स्टिम्युलेशन ही खूप महत्वाची गोष्ट आहे. त्याच्यातनं तुम्हाला स्वतःचा प्रेफरन्स उलगडतो, स्वतःचं अटॅचमेंट कशी असू शकेल हे दिसतं, तुमचे प्रोक्लिव्हिटीज काय आहेत हे कळतात. त्यामुळे मास्टरबेटरी फॅन्टसी ही महत्वाची डायग्नोस्टिक टेक्निक पण आहे आणि ह्या पर्टिक्युलर गोष्टीमध्ये ती उपचार म्हणून पण उपयोगी पडते. नॉन जेनिटल और फोरप्ले वेअर अदर सेन्सेस आर मेड use of, like sight, smell, touch, sounds, all that constitutes foreplay mostly, and that foreplay should naturally evolve culminate into genital sexual intercourse. If that does not happen and some people get stuck in the non-genital pleasure level, that becomes more important for them than orgasm achieved by genital intercourse, then you call them patients who suffer from paraphilia. Okay, so these are various types of paraphilia. This is a busy slide, and sir will beat me if I read all this slide out. But you know, exhibitionism, you giving the genitals to a stranger or to an unsuspecting person. Otherwise, it could be a play among the sexual partners. Fetishism, frotteurism, sexual masochism, sadism, voyeurism. Important thing is observing an unsuspecting person who is naked, or so on. So this is not applicable to watching pornography because they are not unsuspecting persons. They are actors who have made contract. Therefore, it is not that. Transpheric fetishism. You will remember the films Mrs. Doubtfire or Chachi Charsovis. The protagonist, the hero, seeks access into one's home to meet with his children whose custody is with the wife who is divorced from him, and the wife doesn't allow husband to come in. He doesn't allow any man to enter her house. So he changes his dress into a woman and gains entry, but not for sexual arousal or gratification, but meet with his children. Therefore, that is not an example of transvestism. In case of paraphilias, it's very delicate, and you always have to ask the person, get him into confidence and understand his explanation, his meaning of his experiences and his expectations from the others. Therefore, cultural approach is important. The subjectivity and sexuality are so intertwined that you cannot distinguish between the two. Pedophilia perhaps is the most serious kind of paraphilia, I would say, because necrophilia and coprophilia, we haven't seen them. But sexual attraction towards children is fairly common, and this leaves often, not every child will be permanently scarred, but it often leaves a permanent mark on the child's mind, not only mind, but also his sexual life, social life, but also, and not even that, but also the brain, the areas in the brain where sexual pleasure is processed, that area undergoes thinning. Cortical loss is there, and the deeper areas inside the insular cortex are known to be associated with such kind of pedophilic attractions. One interesting paper that I remember, it showed that people who have pedophilia were classified into two groups: those who committed offense and those who did not commit offense. Those who committed offense had different changes in their brains, and those who did not offense had different changes in their brain. Therefore, it is of absolute value that primary prevention must be attempted and successfully secured. You are protecting not only the children, but also the person with pedophilia. The definitions, I will go hurriedly over. Paraphilias are atypical sexual preferences, intense and persistent interest, genital stimulation, preparatory fondling, if you are interested beyond that, with phenotypically normal and physically mature consenting human partner. This is all DSM-5. Pedophilia, recurrent, intense, arousing fantasies, okay, prepubescent child or children. These are clinical definitions. Our situation is relatively simple. Any sexual activity under the age of 18 is nothing but child sexual abuse. So we are not actually looking for if that person had pedophilia or not, because pedophilia does not give you mitigation of criminal responsibility. Important point is to remember that only pedophilia is different from pedophilic disorder also. Not that just pedophilia is different from child sexual abuse, but pedophilia is different from disorder also. Because pedophilia, there can be persons who have recurrent desire, but no distress and no acting out. They will live, keep their liking to themselves, keep away from the high situations and not offend a child. Whereas pedophilic disorder, there is recurrent desire and distress. Most of them don't like that they like children and or acting out. This distress motivates them for treatment, but this is, according to the German view, what we are seeing among our patients is that the fear of having pedophilia itself is so much shocking for people that they don't easily acknowledge that they have their preference, and ambivalence comes. What are the facts regarding pedophilia? All people with pedophilia do not necessarily abuse children. They can live without it. Sexuality is an instinct which is not like hunger and thirst, and you can live without having sex. Pedophilia is a disorder, but CSA is a crime. Pedophiles cannot change their sexual fantasies by power. A heterosexual person cannot imagine homosexual fantasy and get pleasure. He will feel disgusted. Same thing perhaps must be happening with pedophiles. Majority of abusers do not have pedophilia. Still, we are focusing only on pedophilia. I will explain to you. Persons with pedophilia can and do control their sexual impulses. Therefore, the project. 60% are surrogate abusers, which means they use child as a surrogate because they can't find appropriate adult partner. But they are difficult to track. Motivations are diverse, psychiatric disorders and criminal tendencies, but they are most likely one-off offenders. Whereas 40% are likely to be pedophilic or hebephilic, like hebephrenia, little older children. Erotic preference for children. So they do not think of anyone else. Therefore, they are likely to reoffend, and this recidivism can be prevented if you treat pedophiles. In our country, it's not possible, but in Germany, they allow treating even the offenders. And then the great responsibility on the counselor and the psychiatrist and the pathologist to assess whether this person is likely to reoffend, and then whether to keep him in or send him out, and you have to recommend to the court. Okay, that does not India. Luckily for us, perhaps, in the coming turbulent times. So differentiating between pedophilia and CSA is absolutely important. Pedophilia is a medical condition. As doctors, our job is to treat patients. Doesn't necessarily warrant abuse. Child sex abuse is a crime. Many who abuse are not pedophilic. We remember that. Contact, non-contact, and child sex abuse images of child pornography are the types of abuse. Another interesting, very sensitively made, delicate.
I don't know what to do. No, it's not right. But
See the guilt.
I can't help myself.
Tension. See how he's rescued.
Do you feel the sexualized images of children? Stop watching. Reach out. We are here to help.
As responsible relatives. You will find these links, the number on all of our social media handles. Please help us, help yourselves, help your patients. Child pornography is commonly incorrectly called so because they are not actors, they can give consent, and all that is exploitation. Very high prevalence globally, and it is increasing. Initially, we thought it is because of smartphones and mobile in India, but it is everywhere in the world. In India, media reports are there regarding CSA, but rates of conviction are low. Therefore, the need of the hour is prevention of child sex and refraining from child sexual abuse images. The two arms of our program, Don't Offend is the first arm, where we help of sexual violence against children by treatment, and arm 2 is prevention of sexual violence against women by social deterrence. Under arm 1, awareness activities, recruitment, assessment, treatment. A patient may continue indefinitely for treatment, but they are grateful. Let me tell you, all of them are grateful. Online assessment at troubledisorder.com, about which I'll tell you a little in a couple of slides more later. No offense history, on-site assessment and treatment are possible. They are to our research center for the further assessments and treatment. Or they dial the toll-free number 1-800-123-8905. They have offense history, then they go for online self-management because there are mandatory reporting clause according to the POCSO. But the consent is mandatory. Patient knows that if he discloses his history of actual abuse, he will go to the prison. We'll have to report him to the police. Not necessarily will go to the prison. In our situation, reality is multi-layered and it is different for different people. Consent is mandatory and involving a trusted relative or friend is desirable. Various kinds of assessments we do. Cultural assessments are appreciated by people in Germany. Also, what Dr. Ujjwal Nene told us, because we look at it from the viewpoint of the person who experiences pedophilia. Otherwise, psychological tests, sexual tests are essential. Psychiatric, we need to find out comorbidity, and medical, there may be hormonal or brain disturbances, and we need to investigate them with the help of our colleagues. Online assessment is more important. It is trouble desire. It has become like a filter now. It is a new online prevention. Why? Because tool for assessment and treatment. That is the rationale of it. It arranges contacts between therapists according to the law in each country. It's usable worldwide, even in countries with mandatory reporting laws, and it is available in multiple languages, including Marathi and English. Who should go to trouble desire? Actually, everyone, because everyone is a stakeholder. Adults and adolescents with sexual interest in children must go to this site and keep on going and revising so that they learn better and better strategies. There are modules. Okay, acquaintances, so that they could motivate the patients to keep on taking treatment, and professionals who work with them. What is the nature of this trouble desire? It's an online platform, interactive. It's anonymous, confidential, free of charge, no conflict of interest, and entirely non-profit. And this was especially made because in India, we found that people don't come forward, and POCSO prevents treating even mild criminals. When police force in London was advocating, take care of small things at your level, don't bring everything to us, our hands are already full. So we will blindly follow if another country's model, then we are likely to suffer. Therefore, this is a very novel initiative, very useful for researchers. So data is saved randomly generated PIN. What are the challenges in limited knowledge about pedophilia? Also about that treatment exists, limited access to mental health care, and tendency of patients to prefer informal care, family, friend, GPs, alternative medicine, religious help. Mental health professionals are not liked. Therapeutic intervention is limited by legal and societal restrictions. Of course, the stigma and the taboos are too much. It is different. If an alcoholic comes to you, if you invite him for a barbecue and he comes and tells you, thanks for inviting, I'm a member of AA and I won't be attending the party, you will respect him. But if you take your children to your neighbor and tell him, will you please look after my kids for a couple of hours? I want to go to the town today, town center. And he declares, I would have loved to help you, but I'm sorry, I'm a person with pedophilia. You are not likely to respect him, but you're likely to change your residence or change his residence by complaining to the authorities. Okay, so one has to be very careful. Reluctance acknowledging one's own sexual preferences or expressing own identity is crucial, and we have witnessed it in various institutes and colleges. So how can you help? You can help us and you can help pedophiles. I'm going quickly over direct and indirect indicators for sexual arousal when watching children, sexually arousing fantasies of children, use of child pornography, comorbid disorders, sexual dysfunction. Many times people come with sexual dysfunction. I'm going through the past histories of the patients whom I had seen. They had been reporting that our marriage is not working, but we did not care to ask them what is your sexual preference, and their preference was children. Therefore, they could not perform with an adult partner. It was so obvious. We did not ask them. You see, history of insecure or deceive attachment style. Suspected. Do they not like their partner? Is their attachment style different? Okay. How can you help pedophiles? We have decided we would be helping patients and not the criminals. Okay. Have it very clear, and nobody is siding with the criminals. Pedophilia can affect one's life completely. Therefore, we have to remember, we don't stigmatize. Pedophilia is not respect the confidentiality to an utmost degree. And areas to explore are, what are the areas of satisfaction for this person? Who is the person they love, admire, or are passionate about? And what are their core values? There are good values among them. So let us bring them forward and take the treatment toward good lives model, which is also used in of forensic psychiatry. So psychiatry also has advanced and tremendously, and we have now started speaking in terms of love, core values, growth, and well-being. Okay, so how to help a person with troubled desires? See, people don't like being pedophilic, so troubled desires. So this troubledesire.com and the hotline number 1800-123-8905. That is important. PPPSV is a collaborative program. KMHRC and team of therapists in Mumbai, and all social media networks we are there. Now we come to ANU, and I will be very brief, because prevention of sexual violence against women by social deterrence. This is another cultural barrier which we have come across. Still there, are you able to see? Yeah. Okay. No app, no KMHRC. If you type that in Google Play Store or Apple Store, you will be able to download this app, which has a face like this, and then you will be able to see how it works. It is an IT-enabled, GPS-integrated women's safety mobile application that allows a user to reach out for help during a distress situation facing a potential perpetrator. No app is not an emergency application. It is effective before an emergency arises, thus enabling several to reach that place. They're not supposed to fight reaching there. They're supposed to be supportive bystanders, documenting things, calling police, helping the people, and the offenders are timid people. They run away when somebody else comes up, enhancing the risk for potential offenders. They also feel that we might be arrested, social control is definitely there in our country. It is very much similar to the restrictions that we followed in Corona. Wearing of mask, distance, use of sanitizer. We do require repeated instructions to our people so that they follow social control, thus preventing the criminal offense. Here it is very remarkable use. No app is unique because it informs not only the police and the call center and the confidants, which other apps also do. When somebody presses a call, presses the distress call, activates it, but also the no app community. If everybody has no app on his phone, offender will be afraid to make an advance toward a lady, because he will know for sure that if I do that, if she activates distress call, people will come and catch me. So this can really be taken care of, and this is not just a theoretical possibility, but we need critical mass, critical number of people to actually implement that. This is the depiction. You will go through that. Please download this app, keep it on your machine, and have sessions of test calls in a 5 to 10 kilometer radius. The call is, all those who have no app will receive notification on their phone, and this red pointer also with the map, geolocation is there, GPS is there for tracking, and location and distance are seen. So this is the distress caller. These are the people who have not accepted the call. And the green balloon, is the ones who have accepted the call. So the call center knows who is there, who is approaching, who has not accepted, everything. So this is how social pressure will build and social deterrence will come out. Therefore, every girl should feel confident that the first line of defense against sexual violence is my no community. And no community should increase size. That is a kind of idealistic expectation. So the take-home messages, sir, you would like to take over for take-home messages, or should I go ahead?
No, go ahead.
Okay. They say about 1% of male population is sexually attracted to children and young adults. There are some papers which we came across which said 3 to 4% or 6%, but it is variable. In India, we do not know. Pedophilia is not a choice. No one is guilty because of their preference. Everyone is responsible for their behavior. Offering treatment to people with pedophilia and hebephilia helps to prevent child sexual abuse. It will not eliminate it completely, but it will help definitely to prevent it. And the use of the social deterrence using no app, the less are the chances of sexual violence against women. So most of us use no app, and it should be there. This is a use.
Hello.
And then intervention. This is a participatory action research. Therefore, research agenda is necessary. Awareness is the only chief resource to deal with cultural barriers, which are the only reason for less numbers of recruitment, hotline, social media, clicks and conversions, no app download or results, kind of our own assessment. Thank you so much. And I must acknowledge, share my thanks for Charite, Bayer India, KMHRC, our team has prepared this presentation. Otherwise, we rarely thank our own family. We should be in the habit of thanking them and giving due credit. Thank you so much. Thanks for your patience. Sorry for the technical snag in the beginning. I don't know where the fault was. Thank you.
Rashmi, I think there are many questions. Please
Many
go ahead
questions.
with the question. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
So good evening, all of you. This is Rashmi, and thank you, Kasar sir, as well as Dr. Karnik sir. So, Parolkar sir, there are many
Okay.
questions. So I'll be starting with one by one. The first is any cultural protective factors that can work for primary prevention in pedophilia.
Screen काढून टाक.
Just a moment. I will stop sharing.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, so that we can see each other now. Any culturally protective factor, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, everything was good when it is on surface. On the surface of it, all our children receive good samskaras. Perhaps the current generation, the parent generation, is guilty of what can you say, hypocrisy. They speak one thing and practice another. If the child finds that my parent had affair, then why not me? I have seen several such adolescents. Okay. So that can be a culturally protective factor. If you always keep in mind that your children are your auditors and not your senior generation, then that will be good.
Fine, thank you.
Of course, the person who asked this question definitely knows some more culturally protected factors, and he should come forward and tell us who they are. Keep in touch with us and inform us, help us continue and improve our project work.
Hope Dr. Sharmishra, this surfaces your requirement over here. So moving to the next question, are there any specific personality clusters who are more in CSA in your study? Can we diagnose them as pedophilics if they act under influence of substance intoxication?
Yeah, there are two questions. First is personality. I
Yes.
believe that for quite contrary to our expectation that you see large size villains wearing चट्टेरी पट्टेरी गंजी फ्रॉक आणि मोठ्या दाढी मिशा आणि क्रूर डोळे आणि मोठे केस आणि असा आडदांड माणूस ते नसतात. ते क्लस्टर सी असतात जास्त करून. अँक्शियस, अव्हॉइडंट, पॅसिव्ह डिपेंडंट, ज्यांना स्वतःला पुरेशी सोशल स्किल्स नसतात पार्टनर मिळवण्याचे आणि धाडस नसतं, त्यांनाही असं होऊ शकतं. पेडोफिलिया हे पण जास्त करून स्किल्स नाहीयेत ते, म्हणजे सरोगेट लोक झाली. पण ते असं म्हणतात की being left hander, being short in height and having a little low intelligence European studies, we don't have studies in our setting. What you
There
will ask
was
that is that impulsivity and suggestibility play important roles in manifesting the disorder. I don't say that the disorder is seen because of those traits, but it is manifested more if they are impulsive and suggestible.
so
Next question, please.
the next is in India, pedophile usually are associated with criminality and antisocial traits, lying, no guilt, impulsive behavior, etc.
I don't agree with it because antisocial, impulsive, lying, then they have already traversed a lot of path, and even the surrogate abusers may have the same profile. But the pedophiles whom we have seen, though they are quite, I did not come across any such profile. So we have to actually conduct studies among the convicts and then investigate them for having pedophilia. The news that a child was abused and a pedophile was arrested is perhaps wrong because the arrested person has not yet been tested or investigated to find out whether he is pedophile or surrogate offender.
The next question is, which psychological test can be useful for diagnosis?
I believe that this question would better go to Ujjwal Nene is our senior colleague. Viewing time is a novel test that we use, which I also have used and I know how to use it. But are like Garros sexual behavior inventory and hyper.
हाँ बोलो. हाँ. बरोबर. बरं, ठीक आहे, ठीक आहे.
Parayakar sir, your voice.
Sir, your voice is not there.
I think connection lost from.
Parayakar sir.
Parayakar sir, you have to
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, he is here.
We had lost temporarily. Sorry.
Sir, there was one question and it was not very much clear. Miss, you were replying, but it was. Can
Okay.
you just repeat?
Was it
the same.
about was it about testing?
Testing, diagnosis. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I said Ujjwal would be the more correct person to answer this. She's a sexologist as well as a psychologist. I'm a psychiatrist and a cultural psychiatrist, and I will tell you the viewing time test which we have used it personally. There are others like Garrow's sexual behavior inventory, hypersexuality test, but even the cultural assessment interview for the assessment and the explanatory model of the patient will clearly give you the diagnosis, because the diagnosis is really clinical of the patient and keeping it. Okay. Otherwise, these patients are known to give misleading answers. Even penile plethysmography test, they can actually fool the test. When the plethysmography tested and they are shown the arousing video, and what are the gaps. But was different. What was the first question?
How can accept them to come forward?
That is because that is only through, I will say, awareness programs and word of mouth. Patients who get well will get patients. We have a patient who visits us from outside Maharashtra, and he travels long distance to see us, and he says there are like him, and he will get them to us. He has told them to see us, visit us, and so success will get more patients to you, and the trust.
Thank you so much, sir. The next question is, Dr. Chinmay, he says like it's, I suppose reaching out to the society and catching these type of people red-handed is the best way to get them.
Here again,
So
we are making a mistake. The person who is acting, you are catching him. That is behavior. But pedophilia is an internet. It is the preference. And we have to ask the person what his preference was. He could be acting in that fashion. That doesn't mean he is a pedophile. On the other hand, a person who is married and has kid, he can also be a pedophile, because he's not, if he's not an exclusive, or even during sex with the wife, he has fantasies of children, then the sexual contact may be much rare, but he may be able to get a child. You understand? It is very apparently very simple, but it is very complicated. You have to have the trust of the patient and continue to have that. I hope you are getting my point. Yeah. Okay.
next question is, it is confusing sometimes if we see it as mental disease, whether to call them as criminal or a disease person who deserve compassion and treatment.
Both. If you will ask jurists, they will say crime is a disease to be cured. So even in the prisons should be treated with love and affection and compassion, so that they realize, feel real guilt and convert themselves. Okay. Is one part. Second part is the disease part of the person must be treated with accurate knowledge, what is modern treatment, along with what is culturally appropriate. But a person who manifests that in his behavior, there is of condoning that. We had done stakeholder surveys, and people said that it is all right to treat your patients with pedophilia, but those use must be punished also. There is no mitigation of criminal responsibility for a child sexual abuser if he has pedophilia. Otherwise, a person has epilepsy and he says, I committed a crime and I committed murder when I was in the aura or postictal state, and that person can get go scot-free. Okay, or somebody has schizophrenia and killed somebody during this thing, that but that happened in case of pedophilia. Okay, the responsibility remains squarely with you.
Yes. Thank you,
Okay.
sir. The next question is pedophilia more common in males?
Yes, obviously. Almost exclusively says males, though I know, and there are others who know female
Yeah.
patients who you were saying.
The literature is there.
Yeah.
Fine, sir. The next question is, can the psychological intervention carried out to be outlined briefly?
I believe that you should go to Desire, and the online soon by KM Hospital Research Center in collaboration with Charité, and you can definitely register for psychological these online training courses. The COVID has brought about this welcome change. We need not fly to Germany and they need not come here and stay here. Online training will be done. But even if you go through Trouble Desire, which is based on Ireland Sexuality Treatment Manual,
Even the online desire can be treated online.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, modular structure is there. So the information is obtained under various modules and treatment, including how to have empathy, how to remove rose tinted glass, how to correct cognitive errors, how to see core values within you, how to proceed toward good life model. All that is there in Trouble. Take a user ID, reserve your user ID, go to that session again and again, and learn yourself. It is very well written there. We have translated all that in Marathi and Hindi. Okay.
Fine. Thank you, sir. The next question is, there are two type of question in this. Means like there is one more question which has been asked in the same way. It's like in their future, their nurture, that the child are exposed to their phones, tablets nowadays given COVID, and they're also exposed to teen pornography, and can materialize in their behavior. Any suggestion to decrease this?
I will leave that question for Agashe sir, role, and I'm not sure I followed the question also completely. Tablets?
Yeah.
You mean
So
tablet
nowadays,
computers? You mean?
I'll repeat the question. Nowadays, the kids and children, they are very much used, and they are having their personalized tablets and phones. And they are and they themselves are looking or relating child pornography and cannot decrease in their behavior. So any suggestions to decrease this? So I think sir Agassi sir can give more insight on this.
But it's a difficult thing, but what is missing in today's education is value education. You know, unfortunately, one of the side or toxic effects of is also that the value education which begins in childhood is missing, and how the money has become bottom line for everything. And this is a general problem that has spoiled many professions, and majority of professions are getting converted into business. We profit as a bottom line. That includes education, that includes medicine, that includes even entertainment. Unless we do something right at the fundamental level, in the growing up phase from 1 to 6, which is the stage of psychosexual development, where we imbibe these values. निष्ठ विचार असं म्हणतात, जे अलीकडे आपण शिकवतो. विवेकनिष्ठ विचार हा कमी होतो. And again, thing which he mentioned in the children particularly watch their adults, what they do, what they behave, than what they say. And so it starts in the family. Difficult thing to do, but this is a major social and political issue.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable for this particular issue which has been there and seen in the culture. Sir, Dr. Agassi, sir, related to this, there is one more question which was discussed internally in our team. Like, as we know, importance of social media is increasing day by day, and you are very close to media and television since a long time. And with the reference to your expertise in mental health also, our audience want to know, like, how can social media be a facilitator or deal with
Okay, you'll be
cultural
surprised
barriers?
to know something. I work in film and television. Hello.
Hello.
Yes,
You'll
we
be
can hear, sir.
surprised to know. No, sir. I work in film and television. I don't see television. Right. So, the percentage of our exposure to social media is very important. Now we are sold to social media. Right. Very soon we will have different kind of problems because we will be living mainly in virtual world and not the world. We still have to see the long-term consequences of this very long lockdown and people getting habituated to online presence. And the relationship between the reality and the virtual reality, the changing equation of this relationship, we still have to see the future consequences, maybe very dire consequences, that you will feel very uncomfortable being with somebody physically.
Yeah.
And feel very comfortable with anybody online.
White Lily and Night Rider.
Yeah.
There have been already such.
It is reflected in some of the creative films, theater, and novels. But in real life, it will be
And
different.
even in science fictions. If you will read Aldous Huxley's book, Brave New World, mother will become
Brave
an
New
oxy in the
World.
world. They say all the children are born in the lab. They're made in the lab. Oh. They're digressing from the point. Sorry, next
Thank you,
question,
sir.
ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, moving to the next question. Again, it's related to low conviction, but what are the looking for medical fraternity, which leads to low conviction?
Okay, you will not leave me. Let me answer you frankly. I will cite you an incident. There was one of the programs under this same project, very project that we had in KEM hospital, and a couple of young lawyers were giving up. So somebody asked them the same question, why rate of conviction is low? They laughed and they said they were brother and sister. It's very simple. There are two communities in India which are very corrupt. One is doctors and the other is police. I felt very making a stereotype and blaming people like this is not good. There are many good people in both the professions, and it's not that there are no such people among. So I just told them, if you pay very less to your police and doctors and give no respect to them, you can't expect good work from them. Yes, there are various gaps in the implementation and execution, though the laws are good, but the execution and the implementation.
Our laws are good on paper. Practice.
That is why you should read that article by Ramanujan. Is there an Indian way of thinking? And this, I believe, is because very long centuries of, you can say, काय म्हणतात त्याला, पारतंत्र्य, दुसऱ्या लोकांची सत्ता आपल्यावर असल्यामुळे अग्रेसर्स, त्यामुळे अशा सगळ्या गोष्टी नियम मोडणे आणि हे करणे हे आवश्यकच होत गेलेले आहे. हे सोशिओलॉजिकल हा प्रश्न आहे जास्त, आणि लीगल, ह्याच्यावर नक्की अभ्यास व्हायला पाहिजे, पण ही खरी गोष्ट आहे.
Thank you, sir. Moving to the next, and as we are running out of time, any pharmacological treatment for this issue?
Yeah.
प्रत्येक गोष्टीला गोळी लागते आपल्याला. इथं पहिला बेसिक फ्लॉ आहे.
Nice. I do differ because I have seen very good, excellent results with magical small doses. I'm absolutely sure there was one case report even before Klaus came to us in Indian Journal of Psychiatry that an old person who was having as sexual behavior toward children was treated with sertraline and he got well. Small doses of SSRI to take care of impulsivity, suggestibility, small doses
if
of
this is comes out of impulse.
Yes.
Impulse.
No. But one important thing is only pedophilia is not enough for abuse. There have to be conducive circumstances. There has to be grooming, time,
Many
solitude.
times the things are complex. They're not as simple. Pure pedophilia.
Yeah, if you can manage one of the links
Factors,
and break it, then the outcome changes. And
it's like somebody who is impulsively attempting suicide and the phone rings. It's kind of a breaking.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that breaking the chain.
आयुष्यातले प्रश्न थिअरम सारखे नसतात, ते रायडर सारखे असतात. ते वेगळ्या वेगळ्या उपायांनी सोडवता येतात. त्यातली औषधं आम्हाला चांगली हाताळता येतात. कोणाला कसं आमच्याकडे आम्ही छान हाताळून देऊ. It will be very nice.
Sir, thank you. I think there is one.
Lithium, sertraline, amisulpride are very good molecules. Even vortioxetine is very good. Yeah. आणि ADT आहेत, सॅफ्रॉन ऍसिटेट आणि ट्रिप्टोरेलिन वगैरे वापरायला लागतात, हे मी थिअरॉटिकली वाचलेलं आहे. एवढं येतं मला याच्याबद्दल, बाकी नाही येतो.
Sir, एक क्वेश्चन थोड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट बात है. Can we say strict and harsh parenting in vulnerable people may lead to yeah?
I don't think genetic differences are more on homosexuality or pedophilia was a research paper I had come across. But developmentally, it does play a role as far as I believe. But no evidence. And I don't think that only harsh parenting can be blamed for that. Harsh parenting can also lead to development of children who care no hoots about the social norms and values. So it depends on how the child will process. And only the parenting is not enough. How you process it is also important, and perhaps that is more important than what the stimulus is. All the life.
Fine, sir. Fine, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, Balchandra sir,
yes,
मला
Pandya.
तुम्हाला विचारायचं होतं. As you are having your
Uh-huh.
deep knowledge and expertise in mental health care, Adi, as also written Mental Health Care Act 2017, Together We Can, will affect diagnosis.
Okay.
कळलं?
I'm keeping my video because of low bandwidth.
No issues.
I think you are able to
Yes,
listen
yes.
me.
Yes, yes.
POCSO Act is basically prevention and action against child sexual violence. Okay.
Yes.
And in any act, there is provision of punishment for action and not for
Not for intent.
action
We
केली
lost you,
तरच त्याला
Bhalchandra.
punishment होते. Right? So in non-offenders, there should not be as far as POSCO is concerned. Okay.
Okay.
So they should come forward and take the help. In case of, there are two types, that is true pedophiles and opportunistic pedophiles. If they take medical and psychiatric help in early, further complications and severity of the punishment can be minimized. Finally, every law is dynamic. Okay, so in future we can say that psychiatric rehabilitation can be offered to offenders also in jail setting. And there is one rule, that is Penrose rule, which says that facilities in the community for psychiatric disorders are inversely proportional to the facilities for jail. That means if we do more facilities in psychiatric setup, automatically the facilities for jail we have to provide in less amount. So that is the basic. So these offenders should be treated with psychiatric facility. They should reach as early as possible to clinicians or psychiatrists. And of course, non-offenders should not have any shame to take the help to prevent further offenses.
Thank you, Bhalchandra. I just have to give one small modification of correction. There is opportunistic pedophile, I suppose. There are surrogate abusers who are opportunistic offenders, but they are necessarily pedophiles. Pedophiles and non-exclusive. Exclusive non-exclusive will have attraction toward children, also toward adults, sometimes children, sometimes adults, and then you can actually measure the intensity as well as the frequency.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Almir, sir, as well as Dr. Pararikar, sir. Sir, one last question to Pararikar, sir. As we have, as you have gone through the presentation and an overview about the application, social guidance arm. So how you think like no app is unique? No KMHRC app is unique.
No app is unique in one single sentence, and this is a very important way, is that it does not stop short at informing the police and the confidants or the trusted group that the person has created, but it involves all other people who have no app with them. किती पण जरी बायस आणि ह्याच्यातनं बाहेर आलं, यायचा प्रयत्न केला आणि नाही यायचंय, मला बायस नाही व्हायचंय म्हटलं, तरी मला ती मायथॉलॉजीतली ती कृष्णाची गोष्टच आठवते की गोवर्धन पर्वत काही एकट्यानं उचलला गेला नाही. सगळ्या देशातले सगळ्या स्त्रींवरचा सदैव अन्याय हा सगळा एकटा माणूस कोणीही नाही थांबवू शकणार आहे, किंवा पोलीस. सगळ्या समाजाला जर तसं वाटतं, मेजॉरिटीला तसं वाटतं, आणि त्यातल्या काही माणसांना थोड्या वेळेला असं वाटतं की आपल्या हातनं ऑफेन्स होऊ शकेल, त्यावेळेला त्यांना जर अशी एक ऍडिशनल भीती वाटली, डिटरन्स वाटला, की अरे सगळ्यांकडे आपोआपच ते होणार नाही. आता हेटेरोसेक्शुअल अट्रॅक्शन किंवा होमोसेक्शुअल अट्रॅक्शन आपल्या सगळ्यांना वाटतं. ह्यातनं आपण रेपिस्ट होत नाही सगळेजण किंवा मला पैशांची आवड आहे म्हणून मी लगेच चोर होत नाही. तसं आकर्षण असण्याने काही बिघडत नाही. त्या माणसाला जर वाटलं की याच्याकडे ॲप असेल, सगळ्यांकडे ॲप असेल आणि मी काही जरी केलं तरी लगेच लोकं मला थांबवतील किंवा लगेच पोलीस येतील सायरन वाजवत. तर आपोआप तो काही करणार नाही. तर ह्या बाबतीत नो ॲप वेगळं आहे. हां, एव्हर्सिव्ह इफेक्ट त्याचा फार आहे आणि त्याचे फक्त एकच रिक्वायरमेंट आहे, की सगळ्यांनी ॲप घेतलं पाहिजे, आपल्या मशीनवर डाउनलोड करून ठेवलं पाहिजे. कॉल आला तर तिथे जायला पाहिजे.
ओके. थँक्यू सर. थँक्यू सो मच. सर
थँक यू.
तर भालचंद्र सर, एक 2 क्वेश्चन्स अजून आहेत, तर ते ऑफलाईन घ्यायचे का सर, कसं पुढे करायचं?
नाही, आता ऑफलाईन घेऊया.
घेऊया.
आय थिंक
ओके.
we are running out of time and
Yes.
Nagache sir will give take home message.
But take home messages were given at the end of the session. So actually what we discussed is first to identify and believe that this is needed, though it may not be the priority number one. Second is how each one can contribute. Like, for instance, downloading no app is a contribution of an individual to the social thing.
Absolutely.
Then recognizing your own preferences and coming out with it,
Trouble
or
design.
helping such people to come out without fear. If we start at that level, then eventually we will be able to gain some control. It doesn't mean able to cure everybody of everything. So it's not that it's going to do miracles, but what efforts we make is more important than what the outcome is. That is why it should add to our fund. It should remind us how we can contribute from our side. And if we do that, it should be more than enough. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Now we are moving to the last part, that is vote of thanks. Very eye-opening lecture and very useful for our day-to-day practice. I thank you
sir.
from our side, that is PP and IPS, for arranging a nice lecture. I thank you, Dr. Agache and Rashmi Madam, for being a moderator for this program. I also thanks Nikit Kasar and the whole team of KM Hospital Research Center for having such a nice program. In the last, I thank all the audience for being present here for this innovative topic. Thank you all, and I wish everybody stay safe and stay healthy.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.